You are listening to me talking to myself. Welcome to the podcast where I share useful tools to create more space, more freedom, inner peace, connection, and life on purpose. Self-confidence is one of the things that determine whether we are going to succeed and achieve our dreams and goals or not. When we look at people who have self-confidence, we know that they have either created something amazing or they're about to create something big. The question is, what is self-confidence? Self-confidence is a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment. What does it mean? There is a difference between having self-confidence because of your abilities and having self-confidence in your abilities. If there is something that I want to do in my life, if I set a big goal and I don't yet have the ability to achieve it, it doesn't mean that I'm not self-confident about it. I can have a lot of self-confidence in myself that I will find a way to get it done. I will find the right people, I will find and create the right tools, I will learn all the things necessary, that I will figure it out, that I will work as hard as I need to work to get the result that I most want. That does not mean that I already have that capacity. Notice the difference. I have faith and belief in my ability to learn it. I have faith in my ability to try. I have faith in my ability not to give up. But I may not have the ability to actually do it yet. What do we need in order to be confident? Self-confidence always comes from our mind. And the reason we do not feel confident is because of what we think. I don't have enough experience. I have never done it before. I don't know how. When we first try to do something new, of course we don't know how to do it. Of course we have never done it before. This year, I decided to start my retreat business. And I'm offering not 1, but 4 or maybe 5 retreats. I have never done a retreat before, which is very exciting. But I am very confident that I will create amazing experiences for people and myself. I'm confident in the tools I'm using. I'm confident in my ability to create safe space and trust. I'm confident in my desire to help and serve people. I'm confident in creating something bigger than myself. I'm confident in showing up and doing the best I can. I'm confident in my ability to plan and organize. I'm confident in my ability to fail and to learn. I'm confident in my ability to be with the unknown. I'm confident in my ability to connect to people and what they need. I'm confident in my ability to figure out the next best step. I'm confident in my ability to be with and experience emotions that might come up. Emotions of disappointment, rejection, shame, discomfort. I'm confident about my ability to be resilient, to do hard things. Self-confidence does not come from actions or results. From something we have already done before or not done before. Self-confidence comes from within, from that faith, belief, and trust in yourself. Confidence does not come from things outside of you. We have achieved some things in life and we have decided what meaning we give those things, how we want to think about those things. Example, some people do multiple trainings and certifications and they still don't feel confident about taking the next step, starting their own business, starting coaching people, or writing their own book. And some people feel confident about their ability and desire to help people without any certifications. The confidence does not come from the amount of trainings and certifications. So, what prevents us from feeling confident? If we are not feeling confident, what are we feeling instead? What are we choosing to feel instead? What most of us are feeling is some feeling of confusion, doubt, insecurity. All those emotions come from our thinking. We are thinking thoughts that are creating the opposite of confidence. Like, I don't know what to do. I have never done it before. People will judge me. People are not interested in what I have to say, and they don't need what I have to offer. The worst thing that can happen is our thought about something happening. How we define success and failure, how we choose to think about the result. There is difference between self-confidence, arrogance, and fake confidence. Fake confidence is somebody pretending to be confident on the outside, but you can sense their insecurity on the inside, their need and desire for approval. In this case, their thoughts create feeling of insecurity, and that person just acts as if from the feeling of insecurity. Self-confidence comes from a thought, not from the action. Thoughts create feelings, feelings create actions, actions create results. Arrogance is believing that we are better than anybody else. A lot of people try to generate self-confidence by comparing themselves to other people, and they try to get confidence this way. So your success depends on somebody else not succeeding, and you're believing that other people failing and not doing well is somehow serving you. And that is never the case, if we are coming from an abundant mindset. There is enough for everybody to be the best version of themselves. There is enough for everyone to achieve their dreams and goals and create what they want to create. There is infinite amount of self-confidence in the world, enough for everyone who wants to have it. The more self-confident I am, the less I will try to put other people down. The more I want other people to succeed and inspire me by doing so. My success and my confidence does not depend on other people's failing or succeeding. There's infinite amount of success and confidence in the world for whoever is asking and going for it. The only thing holding you back is your belief about what you're capable of doing, in your own way. Everything that you dream about or want in your life is available to you if you stop doubting yourself and holding yourself back by not believing in yourself. So, how do I get more confident? Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what is my opinion about myself, my capability and my ability of doing what I want to do, of starting that project, of achieving that goal that I have? How is my trust and belief in myself and what I'm capable of? The more awareness you create about yourself, your thoughts, your beliefs, your conscious and unconscious actions and reactions, the more you know your mind. The more you see how the thoughts in your mind are creating the results in your life. Check out guided meditations in episodes 3, 5, and 12. What we think creates our result. If all we have to do is manage our mind to create different results in our life, and we learn how to manage our mind by listening to it with curiosity, there is literally nothing we can't create that we want to create. When we have a goal and a desire to do something, we are either going to honor that by having the self-confidence to go after it, or we are not going to honor it because we are full of doubt, insecurities, and confusion. Think about someone who has influenced and inspired you or is still doing so. A teacher, a friend, a person you know or you have never met. Somebody going after their dreams and goals and setting an example. They did it because they were not confused, they didn't doubt themselves, and they generated enough self-confidence to create it. How do I express self-confidence? We have to be willing to risk rejection. If somebody tells you, I don't like what you do, I don't like your project, I don't like how you do it. Why don't we hear those things when somebody criticizes us? If we put ourselves out there in a big way, there will be people who will not like us and who will disagree for whatever reason. Probably because of their own lack of confidence and inability to create things. They are coming from that place of competition and scarcity. When someone rejects us, the worst thing that can happen is what we make it mean. When we know that, we have our own back and we have the tools to receive it without reacting to it. We can also decide ahead of time what we will make it mean when somebody rejects us. We can make it mean as something that empowers us, as something that increases our self-confidence. We can make it mean that we are creating something big in the world and people are paying attention. The truth is, nobody can take away our belief in ourselves. I commit to believing in myself because that is something that serves me in showing up and contributing in the best way. Confidence is always going to come from that space of believing and trusting that you can do whatever it is you want to do. That even when you make a mistake, you will keep going and evolving. If you live your life seeking your self-confidence from other people's approval, you're always going to be seeking for something outside of you and being dependent on something outside of you. And you will never be in this place of true confidence that comes from within. Often when we are trying something new, when we are setting new big goals, we need to use courage in order to generate confidence. Courage doesn't always feel good. It doesn't feel like confidence. Courage feels like fear and hope together. It is uncomfortable. But that's what keeps us moving forward. If you're willing to feel your own courage, on the other side of that will always be confidence. Confidence does not come from our achievements. The reason we feel confident is because of what we have decided to think, what we have given ourselves permission to think, because of that achievement. We don't need permission to be confident, and we don't need evidence. If you want to be more confident in your job, in your life, in your goal setting, and your goal accomplishments, the first question is, why am I not feeling confident? Why am I not feeling confident now? What am I feeling instead, and why am I choosing to think that way? Next question, what do I want my opinion of myself to be? What do I want my opinion and my thoughts about my capabilities and my abilities to be so I can generate more self-confidence to create the results I want in my life? Self-confidence is something everybody wants, but it's not something that everybody actively is trying to create. Self-confidence is about emotion. We don't know how to do everything, especially when we are trying new things, but we know how to handle our own mindset. And that's where confidence comes from. It comes from knowing that we can handle our own emotion. A growth mindset breeds self-confidence. Knowing that we can figure things out, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. People that have self-confidence usually have a future-based mindset. They don't attach their confidence to something that they have done in the past, because if we are getting confidence from something we have done in the past, we are only going to be repeating things that we have already done before, relying on our past to provide us with evidence that we can be confident. Confidence does not come from always winning. Confidence comes from knowing how to fail. My self-confidence comes from knowing that I can experience any emotion and I can manage my mindset. If you're not taking action, you're moving away from self-confidence. You're failing ahead of time. Self-confidence fuels action. If you're not taking action, it is because you're not generating the feeling of self-confidence. Failing ahead of time teaches us nothing. If you take no action, how do you know what works and what doesn't? If you're going to fail, do not fail ahead of time. Fail by taking action and learning rather than failing by doing nothing and trying to stay comfortable. Both can be considered failure, but at least one gets you somewhere and increases your self-confidence by providing evidence that you are capable of taking action. A useful thought to generate self-confidence is, there is nothing that can happen that I can't handle, because the worst that can happen is an emotion, and I know how to handle my emotions. I believe in my ability to get this result no matter how long it takes, how many times I have to fail, or what I need to learn. Self-confidence is not some amazing talent that creates success. Self-confidence is your ability to know that you can handle any negative emotion and keep going. If you can be confident no matter what happens to you in your life, you will be amazed with the results that you can create. Be one of those people. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Thanks for being part of my life, and most importantly, thank you for working on yourself. And if you're as excited as me about my upcoming retreats, go to my retreat website, envision-retreats.com, get inspired, book your spot, and join. See you there. Thank you for being curious. If you enjoyed listening, rate, review, subscribe, share, and join the conversation. Do not miss out on yourself, your power, and what is possible for you.